Hello, hello, beautiful friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Live Free Lifestyle. I am Leah Brathwaite, and I am bringing you the December energy forecast. So I have been looking forward to the December energy forecast since I channeled the November energy forecast, because in November, it felt like there was still more work to be done. We did a lot of work around coming into this recognition of the illusion of separation, seeing beyond it, seeing ourselves and others as love, and starting to create this foundation for moving forward. But the thing that came through in the November energy forecast was that December would feel more like a month of celebration, that it would be a little bit lighter, that it wouldn't have this sort of heavier energy to it. So I'm excited to say we are in December, and the cards that came through and the message that came through for December is to be determined. We'll see how this turns out in the form of celebration, but I imagine that there will be more and more people who are waking up and who are coming to know their divinity in the very near future. And whether that's through some external revelation or some sort of internal realization, my sense is that the animal that is us is finally going to start to reflect the divinity that is also us in a more explicit way. And going forward will bring us into a brighter future. And so the two cards that I'm referring to in this sort of predictive forecast for December were the two cards that came through were the animal and going forward. And so the energy of this month is really asking us to embrace our humanity, to come back into the humility of being an animalistic creature, but also holding in mind the divinity that is us, that is able to move through these animal bodies of ours. So I loved the part of the description in the Archetypes Guidebook for the animal card. It says, the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense, drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. And this made me think of something that came through in an ayahuasca medicine journey last year, actually. And it was very much this understanding or this deep embodiment that our humility is our divinity. So the recognition of the humility of being an animal, of being one with nature, not above or dominating anything, but recognizing that the blood that pulses through our veins is what makes us an animal. That's what keeps us contained and grounded here on the earth, is an important part of recognizing our divinity as well, because we are more than just animals. If we were just the blood, the bones, and the flesh of our bodies, we wouldn't be able to recognize beauty. We wouldn't be able to recognize love. We wouldn't be able to long for connection to something greater. We wouldn't be able to perceive the cosmos and understand the infinity that is us. We wouldn't have the desire to grow into our fullest potential if we were simply these animals. So first and foremost, it's the recognition that yes, we are in these flesh bodies and we are animalistic, and the humility of that observation is what allows us to also recognize the divinity that is the life activating force that is moving through us. And so whatever this month brings, whether it's some sort of experience that we all share on a grand scale in a celebratory way, or in a way that ushers in this celebratory new experience of the power that we hold, or whether it's on a personal level, more and more of us are waking up to the truth that we are infinite beings that are full of potential, full of power, and capable of creating anything and everything that we desire for ourselves. There is going to be this sense of shifting that is going to require us to align the human and the divine. So the animal and the soul coming together in one. And as we do that, as we come into that alignment or that deeper understanding, then we start to have the experience of going forward. And this card is all about moving into a positive future. Even though sometimes when you look around the world, you don't really see very much positivity going forward, all of this is necessary to experience the opposite. So any contrast that we experience, anything that we experience on a lower frequency, is letting us know that on the opposite side of the scale, there is that higher frequency that is always available to us. So the amount of fear and chaos and destruction that we see is equivalent to the amount of peace and love and creation that is also available to us. It's about us tapping in to the aspects of ourselves that are able to reach for that higher perspective or that higher frequency, that new earth that we all desire and hope to create. And so this going forward card is really positive in my view, that it's asking us to recognize that this card brings fertility, productivity, love, health, abundance, and fulfillment are all ahead of us. Things are growing and expanding. And it also has a really interesting message that is very similar to the animal archetype. So in the animal archetype, it's asking us to the life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. In this one as well, there's also that same instance of don't be distracted by what's occurring around you. This card indicates that it's important to not let anything hold you back from increasing the bounty in your life. So it's both, and it's the remembering the earthiness of the animal that is us, but also not letting that hold us back from the divinity that we are, from the full expression of our pure potential, of our capacity to love, of our capacity to create, and of our capacity to enjoy pleasure. So December feels like it's going to be an interesting month. It feels like there's going to be some shifts. There's the potential for this lighter sort of celebratory energy. And I don't think it's just because it's my birthday in this month or because we have a lot of holidays that are coming up in this month. I really do think that it is leading us or indicating that there is a shift that has been happening for many, many years. It's been intensifying, and this month could signal sort of a break in that, or an opening in that, or at least allowing us to experience the first few steps of a new direction when we embody the animal and allow ourselves to express the divinity through that part of us. So I would love to hear how this lands, how this resonates with you. What are you feeling for December? How was your November? Let me know how that was. If you want to catch up on what we have been doing inside of the Free Soul Collective, then you will be able to catch last month or November's activation that we did. It was all about cutting through illusion and seeing ourselves as love. And it was a really powerful and beautiful activation that really allowed us to experience the coherence of unity in an embodied way. So a really powerful Kundalini practice and a lesson or a transmission that you can tap into the replay for that. For December, we have another activation that is coming up. This one is going to be, again, sort of tapping into the coherence of the heart and the mind, but in a different way for us to be able to experience more of that divinity, to be able to tap into our connection with infinity, to bring that into the animal that is us, to bring that into our physical form so that we can be the expression of the divine through our bodies, through the recognition that we are connected to everything that is on the earth, but we are also connected to everything that is in the cosmos. So if you're interested in joining me for any of those activations, for catching the replays, you can find all of the information to join the Free Soul Collective in the comment section below, or in the description below. And I hope to see you inside. We have a really beautiful community that is forming on this app, in this space, and a lot of really powerful practices that'll help you on your way to embodying more of your spiritual and powerful self. So I'm sending you off with so much love. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, evening, or wherever you find this, and I will see you in the next video.